8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And you know what time that is. It's Harmon time! Ladies and gentlemen, from beautiful uptown Burbank, Harmontown is now in session. Please welcome to the stage your game master extraordinaire, Spencer Crittenden. He's got a bag full of fun, a fun full of bag, and his did your beard get sexier?
No.
Let's hear it for your mayor of Harmontown, Mr. Dan Harmon.
Yeah. Poop in your shoe, poop in your hat, poop on a ball, poop on a bat, poop on your head, poop in some bread, poop on your mama. Now she's dead. I went to the La Brea Tar Pits and took a poop. Invited papers to get the scoop, but papers are dead and journalism is long gone. I fucked your mama so hard, pussy's a front lawn. And then I mowed it, I made it clean. But it's not about shaving, it's not what I mean. It's not about objectifying the vagina. I'm going to North Carolina with my big dick and I'm making a canyon. I fucked your mom and she said, damn, son, fuck me more. So I did it. Let's have some s'mores. Chocolate, graham crackers, a little mellow. Fucked your mama, she's yellow. I mean cowardly. All right, thank you. It's a whole avenue of trouble I haven't gotten into yet.
You're going to have to apologize for that rap.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us again in our No Audience podcast. There's some good signs on that front. I think Nolan's been making some progress, and there's some shifting in the power halls in the city of Burbank. I think there's a new guy who's like in charge of Burbank now, and he came through and he was like pretty friendly and into the venue, and he suggested, you know, if you guys separate these desires of serving liquor here and doing a show here, you know, you could probably get an audience back in here a lot faster, and you can still work on the license for the serving. So I think if we do that, we could be looking at an audience version of the podcast again soon.
How soon?
Not soon.
What a popular thing. Probably not soon.
Not very soon. I mean, sooner, certainly.
Not so soon that if that's what you're waiting for, you should
prepare.
Yeah, or hang your hopes on it at all. You should probably.
How do you feel about doing it with or without the audience? Like, what's the difference for you over the
I think we all prefer it without an audience, right? It's been so much easier and better.
I think we've eaten our share of the lonely sandwich. I don't know. It's 6 at 1, whatever. Yeah. We haven't done it with an audience in a million years, so I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of which, we're going to be at Sketchfest in San Francisco. In front of an audience. We're not going to bring our lack of audience with us. That's too expensive to fly. That much lack of audience.
We can't fly a lack of audience.
No. So we're going to go to an audience in San Francisco and do a little show there. I guess Google it. I don't know.
Google SF Sketchfest Harmontown 2018 or something along those lines.
Yeah. I wanted to do our Belmont joke, but you don't even remember
it was a
writing
Belmont
it.
joke.
Yeah.
You said camera. I didn't understand what you're talking about.
That's all right.
Oh, is that was part of the joke?
Yeah.
You have it written down, right?
I have the bullet points.
Okay, so why don't you set this up, or should I set it up?
Okay, so we have this friend. She's a director, Sophia Shmukamukamuka. It's a Swedish name.
It's not Shmukamukamuka, but yeah.
You should have her last name because a long time ago I tweeted a music video that she did right over here in this space. She does stop motion stuff. She's done a couple music videos at Starburns now. Very, very talented director. She's from Sweden. She's here on some kind of visa or whatever. And maybe if you're a fan of Cody's Instagram, you've seen her teaching Cody how to say various filthy things in Swedish.
What I do have, Dan, is the Wikipedia, like Bellman joke.
Right. So we were
So
talking
we
about
can set
jokes.
that
Like
up, yeah.
somehow it came up. She said there's this tradition in Sweden. It's called the Bellman joke. So
And
it's like where
Bellman is like kind of the all-purpose character in a like he's the butt of the joke, but he's also kind of the hero of the joke in his own naivete, stupidity.
we find ourselves culturally fascinated with it because we're Americans, so we have Polak jokes, we have blonde jokes, we have all kinds of horrible jokes I can't even mention by category. But like we don't have like American jokes where we're cast as either the wise guy in a ship of fools or there's some jokes where it's like you're trying to pump yourself up, like a redneck and a Yankee go into a place and the redneck just does this and he's a simple working man and you're like, yay.
The first paragraph in the Wikipedia for Bellman joke is the Bellman joke is a type of simple joke popular among Swedish school children, always including a person named Bellman as the main character.
And very often, do they have an example in there?
Yeah. They do.
Very often, it's you know how when in America, when you're a kid, you learn these jokes are like a black guy, a Chinese guy, and a Polish guy go into a popcorn store or whatever, and the Polish guy ends up doing something stupid, and or maybe it's the black guy that does something that's more pragmatic, or
But in this case, there's two cultures and Bellman,
Right.
who is a person, and he stands apart. He's either the villain or the hero, depending on your point of view.
he's kind of it's like I think it's like a manifestation of Sweden as they're like, well, what are we gonna do? We probably don't have that big of an army. It's a national psyche thing. It's like they'll go, oh, there's this guy, there's that guy, and then there's Bellman. Bellman is the Swedish guy. He's just a regular Joe.
So Dan, a Dane, a Norwegian, and Bellman made a wager on who could remain inside a goat pen the longest.
Right. Okay. Classic Bellman.
Okay. This is your run-of-the-mill Bellman joke.
Yeah.
First out was the Dane, who came out just after 10 minutes yelling, "Damn, that goat stinks." After him, the Norwegian went in. After half an hour, he came out yelling, "Damn, that goat stinks." Finally, Bellman went in. After 2 hours, the goat came rushing out saying, "Damn, that Bellman stinks."
Yeah.
Can I rewrite that real quick and just say the goat after
Please
10 minutes
do.
or 10 whatever it is? Just say they should just say the goat came out. They don't have to say. He doesn't have to say, "Damn, that Bellman stinks."
Okay, well, Dan, maybe you haven't heard this one. A Russian, a German, and Bellman wanted to see who could swim the fastest across the Atlantic Ocean. First out was the German, of course. He swam 1 kilometer and drowned. Next came the Russian. He swam 10 kilometers. He drowned. Now it was Bellman's turn. He swam and swam until he almost reached America. Then he got tired and swam back.
See, now that's a hero.
Yeah.
Right. It's like sometimes Bellman. It's like a weird fusion of like in America, we're just like someone has to be being shit on or whatever. But
Right.
it's interesting to me that it's like so we were like, oh, what an interesting joke format. What an interesting.
Yeah, because
thing.
it's not a Polak joke. It's
Right.
not a N-bomb joke. It's not a racist joke.
And it's also not like a jingoistic, like fucking Swedes do it the best
I
joke.
got two questions. Is Bellman a first or last name?
I think I would say first, I guess.
And is it supposed to be a reference to their race or like ethnic? Like, is it supposed to be that's us? Because
it's
they
probably-
put it in context with other people from countries. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
I think that's the joke.
Spencer, as far as Wikipedia is concerned, the jokes first became popular in the 19th century and were originally inspired by the life of the poet and composer Carl Michael Bellman. The first known Bellman joke survived in a book from 1835. So like it goes back that far.
so that's almost like just like having Mr. Bean be a character in a joke.
Yeah, the
Right.
way, that's how we interpreted it. Is that it's sort of like Fred Flintstone or like if his name was
Right.
Kowalski or something. We don't have a national identity like that. Like we don't
He's
have
like-
like a
but he's-
Joe Blow. I
He's
guess.
so outside of having an identity, though, in these jokes because like, he's the third person to be set up, and he's the only one whose race isn't called out.
He's not a race. He's kind of a disembodied.
It's a
character.
neutral country. Wait, that's Switzerland. like isn't it like but isn't it sort of like you're Swedish and you I think that's part of it though, as you'll see in the Bellman joke that we wrote.
Oh shit!
Thank you. We took a half hour and we wrote a Bellman joke.
Let's be honest. It took us nearly an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can
least.
come up with a Belmont joke.
All right. Well,
Spencer, can you riff a Belmont? Like, do you already think that you have a handle on that premise? So
No,
well that you
I'll
can do
need
it?
a half hour to nearly an hour, I think.
Okay, well, it should take me about that time to tell ours because I'm not that good at telling jokes. But I wrote down the bullet points. Jeff and I took like an hour. So we wanted to see, could we make our friend Sophia, the Swede, laugh with a Bellman joke?
With a proper Swedish Bellman joke.
So here's what we did.
And take it or leave it. But I think
I think we fucking nailed
I
it.
think we fucking did it.
I'm really proud of it.
And she laughed. So
She laughed. There's some sort of reaction. We told it. I got to the punchline, and she went. It was like she kind of like she went over like a pothole.
She couldn't believe that we updated and contemporized fucking Bellman jokes.
Okay, so you know my history with telling jokes, but this is like an Evil Knievel feat here.
Now this is where we might run into trouble. You have it written down.
I do. I have my bullet points. Okay.
Bullet points. You don't have it written down.
I have it bullet points.
Okay.
A good joke is somewhat riffed.
Well,
Is that?
Okay. All right, guys. Come on. Give me I feel like a real Bellman right now.
Well, then you're the
Or
hero.
I'm going to prove myself to be a Bellman because I'm going to come through in the end in a weird way. All right, here's our Bellman joke. Here it is. Jeff and I wrote this at the drawing room.
took us 45 minutes.
45 minutes. It's the year 2019 AD. Earth has made first contact with an alien species. The message from this mysterious alien species is, we are here to destroy you. If you are not worthy, send 3 emissaries from your species. Each can bring 1 item. A lottery is held. The emissaries are chosen. A Dutch astronaut, a German astronaut, and Bellman.
Thank God.
The astronauts are placed into the prescribed craft. It is sent up to the mothership orbiting the Earth. The airlock opens. The omnipotent, ominous aliens send their emissary into the vestibule of the ship. Our astronauts enter with their items. What have you brought? Says the alien. Right. The Dutch astronaut steps forward. I have brought this model of a windmill. The Dutch were the first to harness the natural resources of the Earth. And although our species currently lives in conflict with our planet, this is evidence that our people have it in them as early as the dawn of civilization to live in harmony with Mother Gaia. What have you brought? The German astronaut pulls out a pistol, says, this is a German Luger pistol. It is the peak of German engineering. Yes, it is war-based, but your species did say you were here to destroy us if we didn't prove ourselves. This is evidence that we have it in us to follow perfect order and have perfect hierarchy, and that the result can be this perfect piece of engineering that has literally never misfired a shot, the German Luger. And what of you? Bellman pulls out a camera, says, I brought a Hasselblad camera. It's a Swedish camera. It's state of the art. Why? Because nobody's going to believe this shit.
Yeah.
That's a good Bellman joke. Ladies and gentlemen,
Bellman.
That's a good Bellman joke.
And then I think the rest of it, as you can imagine, I think the aliens I like this guy. Planet Bellman.
Or did they kill? Who do they? Did they have to
Hey,
pick?
I don't know. I mean,
My favorite part of the
what
joke is
happens
the
after
denouement.
What happens after the Polish guy eats all of the pea-soaked popcorn instead of having sex with the farmer's daughter? I mean, certainly a stomach ache.
Yeah, but like, let's say you put yourself in the pants. If aliens wear pants, which one do you pick? Do you pick the
alien said we're here
the
to.
nice the peaceful engineering of the Dutch, the warlike engineering of the Germans, or the ironic, I get the joke, Belmont?
They weren't here to pick. They wanted to see if we had, if our civilization had generated a Belmont.
Right.
You know, and I think when your species gets to the point where it's capable of Belmont production, you're like, okay, you're all right. And probably another alien comes out and goes, I'm the alien equivalent of Belmont. Like long ago, people didn't understand goofy horse sense.
Spencer, do you think you're ready for your Belmont joke, or do you need some time?
I just want to say that I think that you really did what a scripted joke could not have accomplished by going off book and using that outline. So
Thank you.
you elevated the material.
Yeah, and I don't think you're being sarcastic.
I'm not, but I could be.
Yeah, but I choose to believe that you're not.
Well, yeah, I think the tension there is maybe.
Spencer,
Compelling.
your black outfit is blending into the background, and you look like a disembodied ghost person.
That's what I've always wished I would be. Did I tell you guys that I imagine my head like running around, like it like hops off my body and like runs around on little beard feet, you know, like this.
Did you have a Belmont joke?
I came up with one. I'm not proud of it, but that was the task. So
If you come up with one that quickly, you don't have to be proud of it. You can be proud that you came up with a Belmont joke that quickly.
okay.
Like lay it on.
Well,
us.
then I am.
All right.
All
give it
right.
to us.
So an elf, a dwarf, and Belmont are outside of a dungeon.
Sorry. I became hysterical. They're outside of what?
A dungeon.
Okay.
And the elf goes like, I'm going to get that treasure, and goes in there, and then 5 minutes later comes back out, and he's like, Jesus Christ, there's no trees. It's claustrophobic in there. I can't hack it. And the dwarf's like, ha ha, fucking elves. And then the dwarf goes in there, and then he comes out. He's all scratched up and bloody, and he's like, this place is full of orcs, man. I'm not going back. There's no way the treasure's worth that. And then Belmont's like, I got this, you guys. And then he comes back like 2 hours later, and he's just fine. And everyone's like, what happened? He's like, you guys were totally right, man. There was like, the place was terrible. There was like just a bunch of dusty coins and stuff. You see? Because he got the treasure, but he didn't care for it.
Right.
Oh, he didn't care. He didn't like the treasure.
Because the Belmont has a different standard.
Right.
Yeah. That's fucking great, Spencer.
No, it's not great. It's certainly, it passes the test of being a Belmont joke on some level, I think. It's not great.
One tweak would be, I think, if each of them were specified as coming out empty-handed, so that way when
Right.
Belmont comes out empty-handed, and then he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I stuck to the script, and that was my flaw.
Our next guest needs no introduction. He's been touring clubs and colleges all across the nation.
You might have missed him on Jimmy Kimmel.
He's been a good friend of mine for a long time, and a good friend of the show, and a good friend of entertainment in general. Please welcome Rob Schraub.
Oh, no.
All right.
Rob,
He just,
do you want to try to freestyle a Belmont joke? It's a tripartite joke where one person is either the hero or the dummy. Hard to tell which. It's kind of like the Schraubing of jokes.
Have you guys been having a hard time with 2018?
yeah.
Yeah, it's gone pretty seamlessly for me so far.
I mean, I've been having a,
Dan, shush.
I've been having, is my mic on?
Yeah.
Having been a hard time getting up in the morning. Like, it was difficult. It was difficult for me to come over here.
I have not really. I got a lot of work I could be doing, and
Yeah.
it's not even that much. It's not even like an overwhelming workload, but
Yeah.
I really am still in vacation mode.
I'm having like a hard turn. I'm having a hard turn. I'm going through. I go to bed early. I sleep late. I don't go out. I'm home. I order in a lot.
Does Kate?
Kate goes plays Magic cards and
Right.
VR and hangs out in Malibu, and it's just me and the dog most of
Cody
the time.
and I are definitely enabling each other. Like we just every weekend we can't wait to get to the weekend, and then we jump into bed and we just turn into fucking potatoes, and we just
I've
don't
been
move.
doing that a lot.
But you're doing it regard. Kate's going like, okay, I'm going to Malibu to play Magic the Gathering, and you're
I've
like,
been also meditating. I've been meditating a lot.
just
like,
as a
which is
Wait,
I'm
for
taking
two-
a nap.
taking
For
a
how
nap.
long?
I'll set my insight timer for 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But I'll set the alarm.
If you meditate too long, you could go crazy. Have you read about that?
No.
I mean, it has to be in the neighborhood of like 48 hours. Like,
Yeah,
don't worry
a
about it.
Buddhist,
okay.
a Hindu, and a Belmont
go to Nirvana.
start meditating.
And they try to achieve Nirvana together.
I
And
went
the Hindu
to-
says, I'll go into Nirvana first.
I've been taking
Buddha
transcendental
says there's no such
meditation classes.
You've been taking what? Sorry.
Transcendental meditation classes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to one of those orientations for that.
Oh, yeah. It's like right around the block from
Yeah.
where we live.
Jonah Ray was there.
Oh, really?
I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying that. He was put up to it by Joel Hodgson, our good friend, who's
Yeah,
like really
same here.
who's really into TM.
Yeah.
You know
He-
what? It's the fucking best,
He told me
buddy.
like 3 years ago, he goes, I think you really need to be doing this, man. I think with your, like, the way your mind works, you
gotta
know?
get up inside that mother grabber.
Yeah. You guys got to really, like,
mother
get down into it. No. So I did it, and I really I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I've been.
Did you grab that mother?
I grabbed a mother.
I can't remember why Cody and I didn't go back. It wasn't like, I think it was just like, oh, you know what? It was because they said you can't get high. And Cody was like, peace.
Like in general or before the
No,
class?
it
like
just
you,
they
like you have to, like you're not supposed to get high. It's
they
like,
they said, you know, to get like an actual,
get
you know,
right.
as you start out. It wasn't like for the rest of your life. It was like,
yeah.
if you're
No,
gonna
I'm-
do
I know.
this, you're going to, you know, to get a proper version of what hopefully will help you. Try not to drink or get high or whatever. Or they even said don't take a nap before. You know, just little things like that.
No, I know
So-
it was temporary. It wasn't like, but still, deal breaker.
Yeah.
Like we're not having kids because I think like Cody was like, well, maybe we should freeze our eggs.
That's extreme.
And there you go. Okay, step 1 to freeze your eggs. Don't get high for done. Forget it. Peace.
You two really like getting high.
I really like Cody. She really likes getting high. I should get high more and drink less.
I get high and then I go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
I eat and then I go to bed. I turn on the television and I go to bed.
Yeah, man.
I'm falling apart.
No, man.
This
that's
is
good.
a cry for help.
You're just sleepy. You're just
What are you
a
supposed to? What do
sleepy
you
guy.
want to do? You want to be a CG head in the bucket list, like falling out
do.
of a plane? Like what? Don't let people trick you into thinking that life is about going outside or flying a kite. Like what the fuck? Who cares? Those people are morons.
I'm not happy though.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's it. But in case you're not happy because you think you should be doing something else, that could be a part of the whole syndrome.
That's a little bit of
I think
it
if you
too.
step on the gas and go, I want to be in bed. That's how I quit smoking. It was like, I'm gonna fucking smoke this cigarette. I'm gonna smoke the shit out of this fucking cigarette. Like I'm sick and tired of pretending I'm trying to quit or resenting people for telling me I should quit. It's like I'm smoking, okay? I'm gonna smoke this cigarette, and I'd look at each cigarette and I'd go like, get ready to get smoked, you little fuck, and I'd smoke it, and I'd be like, and then that was the first step down the road to getting to quit smoking.
Right.
Like
It's being intentional.
yeah, just
about it.
being aware is
Right.
like instead of pretending and you're or being unconscious about things, not wanting to face things is a big that seals off a mental process that could just make thoughts like magnify and but simultaneously they're sealed off, so you're not even knowing they're magnified. That's where you get your classic guy, sipping coffee and then they run out of Splenda and he takes a knife out and kills everybody because
The
he's,
classic.
yeah, it's just that thing. It's like,
What are you unhappy about, Rob?
I'm just unfulfilled.
Professionally,
just like,
probably, right? Not creatively, or both? Because
All
usually
of
there's
it.
creative and professional, and they're kind of not necessarily the same.
I just it's not fun anymore,
Right, yeah.
and I miss that, and and everybody wants to help, and say, well, you got to go out, you got to read, you got to do some stuff, you can't just like, and yeah, I know, but that doesn't. It
Yeah.
doesn't help. That
I
doesn't
don't want to help. I want you to fucking pop because I know it'll be great. It's like I want you to get so fucking sad and angry and sick of the world and selfish, and that you take all of that talent that you can't escape and just fucking smash it like a Eddie Van Halen guitar and like create some crazy new form of music that, no pressure. But I just I just like I like making little animations and put them on Instagram, whatever. Like I think you need to do what Justin did when he started doing the voices that became Rick and Morty. It was because he was mad and lonely and sad and like he hated like working and like he just wanted to take a shit on Back to the Future. So it's like he was just alienated, It's like just follow it. Like think about how fucking much you hate everybody. Like they're stupid. They control your life.
I don't
Don't
want to
avoid
hate
those
anybody.
feelings.
I just it's just getting. It's like you.
Or
wake
how much you
up-
hate yourself then.
Well, okay, all right. Well, it's like waking up and going, this again.
Yeah.
This I got 12 hours of this before it's okay for me to
Go back to sleep.
go back to bed.
Well, capture that. That's already. I'm already captivated by your expressing it. You're always going to be an artist. Like guy. You know how a guy at Dunkin' Donuts says what you just said. He says something that he heard on television. He says the same shit, different day, and he
Right.
can't. And then he rapes somebody.
I don't want to
What-
rape anyone.
What would be the dream?
That's good.
I don't know.
of
That's
you,
the thing.
If you woke up and said, "Oh, I'm creating, I'm working, I'm doing this thing," what would that be?
I don't know. I don't know what that would be. I mean, I literally can do whatever I want right now. I mean, I'm sitting on a ton of savings. I don't have many expenses. I could jump on a plane and go anywhere I want. I could invest all my money into something. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just this severe, sad apathy.
I
I
vote
feel
for
the
going-
exact same way, except without as much money. I mean, certainly I'm more comfortable than I have
You could
been.
get on like a twin prop and go a couple places in California.
Let's go like fly. with
I
geese.
vote for going like following your assessment of the monotony, though. I think that's how caterpillars start to spin a cocoon. That you feel sluggish, you're full of leaves, you don't want to eat them anymore. You have all of the energy you need. It's just all like your metabolism is down, and a transformation is about to happen. And the caterpillar. We don't want if we like our butterflies, we don't want our caterpillars like forcing themselves to go to yoga when they feel that way. We want them to like double down on that feeling because locked somewhere in there is the beginning of a new phase. You're lucky to have a logical stopping point emotionally where things just feel like okay. I think that can be incredibly depressing. When you finish a draft, you finish a job, like there's that postpartum depression but it's because you're done with one thing and you haven't started another yet and you feel useless. And I know that's not what you're feeling right now. You feel like it's on a larger scale, but I'm saying that's because the project that you've finished isn't as simple as, oh, I just did this thing with J.J. Abrams and now I got to look for another job. It's a chapter of your life that is ending, and that it could be a regression to childhood. Like you may need to get your little cardboard things back out and fucking and I would say instead of forcing yourself, like, oh, I'm gonna make like a new franchise. I'm gonna do this amazing thing. Like, I like this thought of you turning your gaze on the clockwork of life, where you're like looking at how pointless it all is. You're going like, this is what life is. This is like, I'm like killing time between naps, and I can't get out of bed, and like time means nothing, and life means nothing, and all this stuff. I'd love to see your blue period, you know?
Yeah. Now, I mean, I've been thinking about that like a lot, like in the last year, just like, what do I really want to be doing? You know, I've had this trajectory of living a certain life, you know, since I was like 8 years old, you know, and I'm living it. You know, I've done pretty much everything I've ever set out to do, at least tasted it, and now I'm like, well,
Wasn't that great?
well, it's great, it's fine, but where's the surprise? Where's
Right.
where's the person that said, "Oh, I one day," you know, I mean, like the you hear the story of somebody doing the opposite of what we're doing, you know, the lawyer that said, I want to write the Die Hard 3, you know, like, and goes out and does it, you know, and leaves that world behind and becomes a creative. Like, what's the opposite of the creative person who has done nothing but being creative this entire life, even for fun?
Do you think there's a version of you, Rob, that even if you wrote the perfect thing, got all the kudos for it, that would make you happy? Like,
Well, I've already done that, and it makes you happy, but being happy and being satisfied are not
okay.
necessarily the same
let's say
thing.
satisfied. Like
Yeah.
what? Like, is there a version where you go, oh, I crossed a finish line that made me feel satisfied? Like, is there a work thing, a drawing that you could do, a movie you could write, a award you could win, that you would cross that threshold and go, oh, I feel good?
I miss being proud
Well, then what would make you?
but I don't know. I mean, you know, like, I just, you know, there's some things that you go out and, you know, you do something and you're like, I did that because it's a job, or you do this and it went so far and it was great for that, but then it just didn't go over that next step to get to out into the public or whatever.
Yeah,
But
I feel the same too. It's like there's fake thresholds I thought that I would have crossed by now, but I'm just happy now to make a living, like doing like what I like, and that's, I'm in the very lucky percentage of people that get to do that. But you're more artistic than I am. Like your book, but I can't do anything else. It's like you draw and you don't even like it. Like you draw because you have to, because what else are you gonna fucking do?
yeah.
Well, that's why I think, I mean, you know, there's those two levels of, it's like, you and I have been on both tracks at various stages of our careers. There's the track where there's all this artificial outside encouragement where people are calling and going like, how'd you like to meet with Gwyneth Johnsonburg? And you're like, Gwyneth okay. And then she's like, I've always been into Slinkies, and Slinky's interested in, and then you get to get out of bed every day and go like, oh, well, you know, I'm gonna fucking blow people's mind by making this best Slinky movie, and you have all these outside like things, and it's like carbohydrates, like it fills your blood sugar. And you, as long as you keep stuffing your face with Snickers bars, you don't know that you're running on purely blood sugar. And then one of two things happen: you run out of Snickers and you get starving, or you get really fat and you're also unhappy because you're working 50 jobs for Gwyneth Johnsonburg and Slinky, and none of them are passionate. And that's like, again, you're just like, you just feel like you're miserable. And then there's the Atkins diet of creativity. This is a bad metaphor because you're vegetarian.
Vegan.
But it's like it's that other thing of like, you know, and you know, like what Jeff had said, like, is this about profession, or is this about creative? Because they can be two different things, and I think you're well aware of the fact that you don't want Robert De Niro to drop through a skylight and be like, I want you to make a Bullwinkle movie with me. Like, that's not going to make you happy right now.
No.
And you don't need it. And so it's like, I think it's like, it's the other things that we're talking about. Like, you feel like when Eddie Murphy went up at the House of Blues and started singing about how he didn't feel like he was funny anymore after Pluto Nash or something. Like, you're feeling midlife, like, creative crisis.
Just, it's like you get the phone calls from, like, hey, there's a meeting. These people want to meet you, and you're just like, no, I don't want to. Whoa, why not? I just don't feel like driving to San Diego, getting stuck in traffic for something that's a meet and greet that's just not going to go anywhere or anywhere I want to do the fucking Captain Crunch movie or, the electrician's serial killer movie.
Are you feeling, Rob, are you feeling more creative or less creative now? Like, do you
I'm
feel...
feeling dead. I'm feeling
Yeah.
done. And it's hard because if it was just living alone,
But you.
I have my insecurities
Right.
about my wife who's younger than me. Going, didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up to live with a zombie.
Well,
and
I mean, that goes back and forth. She'll be drawing checks from the account of your relationship at some point when she's feeling down. She loves you. She did sign up for this. She didn't have a preconceived, like, she didn't want you to be energetic when she married you. She
But
wasn't
also,
going, I've been with you for 7 years, but I have this condition I'm not sharing in my vows, which is that I want you to be bubbly every day.
She's a creator too. Like she makes stuff, and also like she has to deal with her own like ups and downs in the creative process. Like she doesn't work at a bakery. She also wants to make things, and she's a creator. And you're both dealing with the same.
We're gonna get so many tweets from people at Dunkin' Donuts and bakeries. Like,
Hey, man.
they've twice now been used
Hey,
as an example of people that have no point to live and are contributing nothing. I'm gonna get that usual tweet from the Fight for 15 minimum wage socialist people.
Spencer, you if I may,
Yeah.
like you sent a pretty dark tweet out today where you felt like you said you wanted to die. You're done.
This is like playing Price is
Yeah.
Right, but it's like the price of life, and the closer to zero you get, you.
Was that a joke or creative like desperation or just
It was really funny, right? Wasn't it hilarious?
hilarious?
what
When
was
everyone
it?
was looking
What
at
wa-
it, they're
what-
like, "Man, that is classic setup, payoff. Oh boy." Yeah, no, I don't know. It was bad. I'm in a bad place. Like I said, I feel like Rob does. I identify very strongly with everything you're saying. I don't know. I had the thought that, and this may or may not make any sense, but like the whole concept of a midlife crisis, it might be like this biological, what do you call it, reproduction instinct. Like after you go so far, suddenly the light goes out of the world and it kind of becomes gray. And the reason it becomes gray is because then you can see the world fresh, new color once you have a kid. It kind of, basically, it's like New Game Plus on the world, and it kind of just changes your perspective and lets you kind of become comfortable with the idea of it's not about my happiness. It's not about me being the protagonist in the world. It's about being part of this community that is then putting forth new people that are then the new
And
protagonists.
you're looking at things that are gonna stare through fresh eyes. It's like when
Right.
you're a fan of, like, say, Star Trek or Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah.
and you're teaching somebody who's never done it before. It's boom. It's just like so you have a kid and you go, "This is Christmas. This is Easter.
You
Isn't
get a
this
whole new
fun?"
life. It's like the second chapter. Like it's this everything about your life you
Yeah.
get to redo.
But I've been
over.
having midlife crises my entire life.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I think I was
humans
like
used to live until
14.
30,
Well,
right?
you've gone through a lot of midlives. Yeah,
Yes.
you're like the cat of middle age.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with. I think a typical Dunkin' Donuts, a shit-eating bakery worker.
Okay,
a
Dan,
dough monger.
Let's lay off the donuts for a
Um,
while.
We Time Magazine can identify one midlife and one midlife crisis, and creatives are constantly dying and resurrecting in their minds. I think that you guys are hitting the nail on the head because it all has to do with the future. When you're 25, you don't really realize that what's keeping you going is thinking unconsciously about how life's going to be when you're 35. Like that energy just permeates you, even though if anyone asked you and you consciously answered the question, like, so what's it like being so young and like having your whole life ahead of you? We were all there. We would grouse and be like, what do you mean my whole life? I should have done something by the time I was 21. I blah, blah, blah. Like, and also even if you're an optimistic person, you'd be like, look, I'm not a materialist, so I don't care about the future. I don't care what's going to happen. I'm not thinking about that. And you'd pass a polygraph test, but when you get to 35, you then start to realize that there's some tank that's emptying here, and I can't quite put my finger on it. And then you get to 45, and you're like, aha, I know what that tank is. That tank is thinking about the future. It is just the idea of the future. But here's the glorious invitation that represents. Because this isn't an epiphany we're having when we're 70, which would be fine to have it then. Like Unforgiven, we could take a shotgun into town and just blow everyone away in the rain. But to have it when you're truly middle-aged is to truly say, oh, my thought about the future tank is empty. That's a good tank to be empty. It's like going into ketosis, and it's like, I am now going to have to actually live off of the moment. And Jeff is saying that in one way. He's an actor. He's going like, he broke through to, I'm just a wandering minstrel, and I've found joy in like, send me on a plane to India, send me here, like as long as I'm always working with people that I love, and I'm getting paid to do what I love, and I don't have to work in a shithole bakery with the fucking disgusting bakers.
Talking to you, Dunkin' Donuts.
Talking to you, bakers of America, you gross fucking yeast shitters.
Who wants to be a fucking baker?
You disgusting, milk-fed, fucking 90 IQ donut wranglers.
You tell me what yeast even is, bakers, and I'll fucking give you a donut.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's not rising. Your life, you pieces of shit. And there will be no comeuppance for this. There will never be a working class revolution in this country. All right, but
we should keep saying that. I think that might be a good idea. They're like just angrily. There'll never, like just in public, there'll never be a working class uprising. Just get enough people to say that. And people, all of these teenagers are like, "What the fuck does this guy know?" Like we're gonna fucking riot. I think that could work. I mean, it's a joke, but I think it could work.
You're the Guy Fawkes of not having a mask.
Anyways, but I mean, that's what we need to get through to is.
Well, that's the thing.
Is just that I'm waking up and there's a depressing way of saying it, that you're waking up and there's nothing. And then there's also a really,
there's definitely a way that you could go, oh man,
this is heaven.
The things that I've always wanted to do, I've done, and I'm kind of sick of it. I'm kind of sick of my own shit. But at the same time, I could go. But now's the time to change. Now's the time to do something different. Now's the time to invent a new style.
I'll tell you something you've always had over me is like I've never had the balls to say no to the Clifford the Big Red Dog meeting or the so and so wants to meet you. I can't shake this terror, but I need to. It's being forced upon me that I need to because I've done nothing but spread myself thin and botch a bunch of projects. Like I need to just say no thank you to the Jenga phone call, the Jenga movie. But instead I just keep going like, well, do you think he'll set it in the future, and taking that call, and then of course he says yes, but he's lying, like you go into the fucking Jenga office and in Encino, and
is that a riff, or was there actually
it's based in truth?
I can't. It's so hard to do anything creative,
right?
For me, that I can't do it unless I love it. And I got to figure out a way to love it. If I can figure out a way to love it, I'll do it. But if I can't, I'm wasting everybody's time. So, yeah, I don't work as often as I probably could, and I could have a bigger savings account than I do. But I just I do whatever I want, you know. And right now I'm like in a scary place because this is what depression feels like. Is like I don't want to do anything ever again, and I feel like it's going to be ever again. And then eventually, my wife's going to leave me, my dog's going to die, I'm going to have a no savings account, and you're just going to bury me in that apartment that I've been living in for the last 20 years because I'm afraid to move out.
Maybe you'll feel better if I do a rap. Hit it.
Zach, you got a beat?
Belmont, 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 Belmont,
A Russian,
Belmont,
a Dane,
Belmont,
and Belmont walk into a...
Belmont.
I got in a canoe. I rode it to your house, and I got out my shoe. And I squatted over it, and I took a poo. And then I had a shoe filled with poo in my canoe. And I gave it to you. And you said, what you gonna do? And I said, I'm gonna take another poo in my canoe. And I threw my shoe. And it went over there. And I saw your mama with her bright red hair. And I said, God damn!
Poo canoe!
Thundercats!
It's a poo canoe! Poo canoe!
Thundercats ho, Thundercats there, Thundercats all over Chitara's bear leotard. I'm flashing back to 10 years old. All right, get away from that area. Tricky, bad area. Yo, poop. Okay, nope. All right.
Poo
Hold on.
canoe!
One more time.
Pee. All right.
There it is.
Nope.
Poo
Nope.
canoe!
All right. What? Give me.
Third
Give me.
time's the
Give me
charm.
something. Give me something.
Poo canoe!
What?
A rubber
Canoe
mat.
full of poo.
A canoe. Okay. All right. You're giving me stuff that.
Depression.
Depression. Okay.
Depression.
Yo. Depression. Yo. Depression rap. Here we go. Yo. D to the E to the PRE to the SSIONE. That's French for depression. D to the E to the PRE to the SSI and the ONE. That's depression in French.
What the fuck?
All right. Chocolate mint ice cream.
Chocolate mint ice cream is the here to say.
Donuts. Dunkin' Donut Bakery. Donut Bakery.
The
Oh,
donut industry.
the donut. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, let's pump those
Take 'em
bakers
down.
back up.
Talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yo. I wake up in the morning and I make the dough. I gotta roll it all around like the shit was snow. And I'm not making a man and I'm not making an igloo. I'm making things that you need to eat to do what you do. So you gotta thank me for giving you fuel so you can go off on your spankings. Because you're a professional spanker, or you're a carpenter, or you're a banker. I'm just a lowly donut maker, but you shit down on me because shit rolls downhill. Oh, fuck you. I'm sorry, I'm not Dr. Phil. But why is he so great? You hate him. So what do you work at a gym? Like, I make fucking donuts. No, you just make the opposite of them by working at a gym. If you think about it, it's a weird cycle. I make the donuts and then you go to the gym and then you make the donuts come out of your body. Yo, Thundercats, ho!
Thundercats rap. Thundercats rap.
Lord of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. I fucked your mama so hard that I made it less tight. And I found Snark and said, what are you doing? And he said, Snarf. And I said, I'm sorry, I got your name wrong. Pantera
Pantera.
was uncomfortable.
That was good.
All right.
I mean, and
That
by
was
good,
good.
I mean,
That was a good one. I feel bad.
Rob, do you feel more activated as a creator now after that?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I thought
think
maybe
so.
there would be some.
I think so.
I thought maybe if I stirred the pot a little bit, there would be some creative energies, like maybe we would go, oh yeah, we should talk about Thundercats. What was going on in that cartoon?
I think Panthro and Chitara were an item. Like I think they were keeping it quiet because the kids were around.
Yeah, because
But they would always kind of like.
Because Wile E. Kit and Wile E. Cat were always around too much, and you know that Panthro, if he had his moment,
I said Pantera.
yeah, Pantera's a band.
I can't believe I've lost all of the Thundercat. I'm losing my Thundercats.
Name all of the Thundercats.
Lionel.
Lionel, the train.
Lionel.
Lionel.
Right.
Panthro.
Panthro.
Chitara.
Right.
Boing.
Now it's gonna get harder.
Okay. Tigro.
I don't think so.
Tigro? La Tigra?
No.
La Tigra was
El
a
Tigre.
Come on, there was a fucking
rap
tiger.
band.
What was his name? Schroeder?
Lionel.
Schroeder?
What was the tiger? Wait, why are you guys high-roading me? You
I don't
even
think
know
that's his name.
What was the tiger's
Somebody
name?
with.
We're not high-roading you by thinking you're wrong. That's just-
Tigro.
Okay,
Tigro.
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 Lionel, Chitara. They feminized her name, and then it would be Tigro.
And what are the kids?
Whitful and Wenful.
No.
I just said
I
'em.
forgot there were kids.
I just said him.
What was the?
I know you did.
And
but
then
I
there
forgot.
was a Obi-Wan kind of ghost guy.
Mumra.
No, that was the bad.
Oh, that
person.
was I don't know who
He's
the.
not a fucking
Okay.
Thundercat.
All right.
Orko. Right?
Orko, get the. No, Orko.
Name
He's like a
5
ghost.
Smurfs and not Smurfette. Name 5 Smurfs.
Name
Does-
5 Smurfs.
Brainy, Vanity,
Chastity.
Virtue Signal,
Uh-huh.
Cuck,
Cuck.
Cucky,
Cuckold Smurf.
Cuckold Smurf.
Libtard,
Snowflake.
Soy Boy.
These are good Smurfs. These are great Smurfs. No one updated. They didn't update the Smurfs properly. Libtard. Cuckold.
You know that Brady Smurf would be super a snowflake Smurf.
Snowflake, Libtard, Soy Boy.
Cuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heartbleeder.
What is that? Brainy, Vanity. I remember Vanity.
Hefty.
What the fuck? Who the fuck
Hefty's-
were the Smurfs?
Hefty?
that was a bad
Hefty
franchise.
Smurf.
He was a
There
strong
wasn't,
one.
The only Smurf for you
Papa.
is
Well,
one
it's
who
Papa.
is True
That's
Blue.
obvious, but
That
Oh,
Smurf is
Handy,
me.
Handy.
My name is Hefty.
Handy Smurf.
did he have the pencil? No, that was
Yeah.
the brainy. Oh,
That's Brady Smurf.
Handy Smurf was like he was basically Andy on WKRP. That's how I remember him.
Hefty
That's a deep
Smurf.
cut.
Hefty's one for sure. Hefty Smurf.
Hefty?
that
The
doesn't
only
sound
Smurf
right
for
to
you
me.
is one who is True Blue. That Smurf is me. My name is Hefty.
This is
When
not
they,
a
when
real
they all,
Smurf.
when they
the
were all writing
what-
songs to they
What,
were all trying
what
to fall
fucking
in love.
Israeli Smurf ripoff
They
did you
were
grow
all
up on?
They were all trying to woo Smurfette in one episode, and they all wrote songs or did the things. And that fucking
I don't
I
remember
will
Hefty
eat
at
my
all.
fucking potato chip hat if Hefty Smurf is not a real Smurf.
Well, I doubt you'd lie
Church,
about
would
it
you look
or
up
get it
Hefty
wrong.
Smurf? Hefty Smurf is
Hefty
insane.
Is he a
Smurf.
big? Is he big and
Yeah,
strong?
he's the Hefty Smurf. He's good looking.
Yeah.
He's the macho.
Unlike
Smurf.
Vanity and
Vanity had flowers and talked with an English accent.
And he always had a handheld mirror with him at all times.
I was like I got Vanity was Ginger from Gilligan's Island, and but then you got Handy and Brainy. It's like you split your professor.
Yeah, if he's so handy, why has he got
Smurf
the
had
pencil
behind the ears and the slide rule, and he knew how to make shit.
out of
But,
mushrooms?
but Brainy knew how to not make shit. I mean,
just
would
knew
Brainy
shit.
just stand over Handy's shoulder and go like, "You
All right,
shouldn't do
Dan,
that"?
what-
When
Rob
Brady's
and
like,
Spencer,
this
what-
needs
what was the name
aerodynamics,
of
he'd be like,
Gargamel's
because
cat?
air volumes.
Azrael.
Oh shit! He fucking got it. He got it. Oh,
Wait.
drop it! Drop it!
What did he do?
That
What
was
did
the
he-
cat.
I asked what was the name of Gargamel's cat, and he got it.
Oh,
Azrael.
Yeah.
Azrael. Okay, so the ColecoVision came with Smurf, the video game. Okay. You
By
ever
the way,
pla-
if you're a subscriber, you got and you're under 50. Goodbye. I say that with no hate for you or us. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Also,
and
we're-
if you're not, type ColecoVision into Google search and whatever.
yeah.
what
so-
was the gameplay on the Smurf?
Let me tell
Game.
you something. Hardest fucking game ever. I remember Christmas morning, we got the ColecoVision, and we were shitting our pants because it was like real arcade graphics
Yeah.
in your home.
Coleco was like
Coleco
cocaine. It was
was-
like pharmaceutical cocaine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it
fucking
was
amazing.
16 bits.
Ramstack had a
It was
Coleco.
It's good, right?
Nobody else had a Coleco. Ramstack
We-
had the Coleco.
I had a
Put in
Coleco.
Smurf. We put in Smurf. Couldn't get past the first screen.
What was the gameplay? Who are you?
You're a Smurf trying
Right.
to get Smurfette out of Gargamel's
Crib.
crib.
Right.
Scrolling game. It starts out mushroom
Wait,
on
wait,
one
wait.
frame, on one side of the frame, a fence on the other, and it would go do 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 do, and you would go boop, 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 and you would have to jump over the fence. And with those fucking weird ass ColecoVision
Yeah.
joysticks, which was like a knob collector
you use the
on a
numpad?
phone pad, which was like, what the hell? You know, what am I supposed to do with this? You're supposed to jump and move at the same time, which was almost impossible. So we're trying to do this, and we're trying to jump over the fence of the first screen, and Jeff, Steven, me, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it.
Those are
We
the
were-
Schraub brothers.
we were doing it for hours and hours and hours, and we could do it. And all three of us are crying. We're scream crying, going, and David and Donna Schraub, my parents, are going, it's just, it's just a really hard game. You got to practice at it, but it's not even fun.
Or that quote that made me want to murder my whole family and burn the house down.
If it makes you that angry.
Yeah. If it
What
makes
is it?
it's just like after the third time that you go, God damn it, and you just hear from the kitchen, if it makes you that angry, why do you keep playing it?
And I remember
Mom, I want to talk to you about your marriage.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I guess
A game you haven't passed the first level on.
Let's apply that to just real life instead of games.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I just wanted to take a
remember
dig that would
putting,
form a
like,
rift in my family.
Back when in the days when there was
I'm kidding, Mom. I think on the off chance my mom likes me enough now to be watching this, and that would, Mom, I'm doing a joke.
What was the video game? Dragon's Lair? Dragon's Lair?
in what sense?
Space Ace and Dragon.
You can
Dragon's Lair.
get Space Ace and Dragon's Lair.
It was 50 cents or $1 to play it, and you couldn't get through fucking 15 seconds.
Because you're
No.
watching a cartoon, a Don Bluth cartoon,
No.
and just having to memorize when to put the judges.
Yeah,
By the way,
Fuck you.
it was basically a DVD remote control,
Yeah,
and you were going chapter searching
Yeah, yeah.
with this fucking piece of shit.
But same thing with Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is a memorization game. Yeah, it's all about memorizing it.
And jumping barrels.
Hell yeah.
but do you guys remember when DVDs first came out?
That
During
was the most important high five in
3
podcast
years.
history, by the way.
That's going in
the
the history
3-year
books.
period during which the porn industry ever forward. It's written on the porn industry's seal in Latin. Ever forward.
Semper Paratus.
Or what's that French quote about audacity?
L'audace, toujours l'audace.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the French.
Yeah.
always forward. Like,
But they spell it with ass.
DVDs hadn't been in existence for a year, and wouldn't have been if it weren't for the porn industry. And then it also at the same time, you would get a porn on DVD, and the menu would always include sex game, and you'd be like, what? And then you'd then it'd be like this fucking hallway, like Wolfenstein graphic, and it would be like this weird, it's just playing a video of a hallway, and
the
you're supposed
worst.
to just like use the track selection.
What
and
do you
you're-
think they
you're, like,
came? What do you think
rotating
we
and
came here for? What do you think we came to Space Station 69 for?
go down a hallway,
The hallways.
and turn left and open a door, and there's a pussy. And then you click on the pussy, and it's just a video clip.
You know
of,
what?
like,
Jerking off wasn't fun until you guys added hallways.
But you can't blame them. You can't blame porn for being as
Trying.
Porn is like the what's the head of North Korea is it Kim Jong Un?
Yeah.
I can't remember which one we're on. But it's like that thing of like you're a paranoid. Porn is a paranoid dictator. It knows that if it lets its guard down for a second, it will be assassinated. We will figure out a way to do away with porn if porn doesn't stay relevant. It's just like so it's always out there, just like nervous and sweaty, like
Like a banana peel on Ron Jeremy's shoulder.
I can't the guy in Casablanca, the actor who's sweaty and Rick, I don't know the
Bogart.
no, the other guy, the guy who sounds like Ren.
Peter Lorre.
Peter Lorre.
Rick.
Porn has the personality of Peter Lorre. It's just always
despise me,
angry.
Rick, don't
you want to
think
jerk
that
off at
now
me,
the
don't you?
DVDs are up? Maybe, Rick, we should maybe make an interactive kind of porn, huh, Rick? Huh?
And the American viewer is just like, hey, why don't you take it easy, huh? See, sweetheart,
Now
I'll jerk off when I want to jerk off.
Yeah, but Rick, that's not going to keep me alive, Rick.
Now do Ingrid Bergman. I want you to be a porn version. I want you to be Pornhub of all of these characters.
It's not a tumor.
That's
Not
that's,
a tumor.
That's a good Ingrid
That's-
I
Bergman.
don't know what
It's not-
Ingmar Bergman sounds like.
Do Sydney Greenstreet.
You must remember this. A kiss of...
He's not even in that movie.
Louis Armstrong.
How is that? I don't know if racism is the crime that's committed there. If anything, lack of racism. If I could confuse the piano Sam for Sidney Greenstreet, I think
you thought
post-racial.
that Louis Armstrong was Sam in that movie. Have you ever seen the movie? It's a good movie.
Casablanca,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
Did you know there was an alternate ending to it? That they changed the ending?
Zip.
They kind of riffed it at the end.
Yeah.
Do you want to riff another ending to Casablanca right now? So Victor Laszlo and Ingrid Bergman's whatever her name is, Elsa, they get on the plane.
Right.
And so you got Claude Rains and Humphrey Bogart,
All right.
and Humphrey Bogart and Claude Rains are in a sticky situation
Right.
because each of them have been kind of traitors to their own like laws.
Okay, so you be Claude Rains.
Okay. Well, it seems, Rick, that we are in a bad situation. You have to kill me, or I have to arrest you.
You know,
What's his name? What's his name?
Lieutenant. You know, there comes a time in a man's life when he needs to take. Whoop.
Sorry, I have to take this call.
Telephone.
Thank you, thank you, Lieutenant Schwartz.
You're welcome.
He just stole my pen.
If you're both lieutenants, how does he know to bring you the phone?
Well, then that's where you have me, Rick.
Sorry, I didn't mean to poke holes.
Oh, sorry.
Telephone.
Oh, now I got handed a phone. Maybe I'm a lieutenant too, sweetheart.
Uh-oh.
Telephone.
But that was for you.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Sweetheart?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Is this America?
You've got an American, sweetheart, but this is about as far away from America as New Jersey is from Hoboken, which isn't that far, see?
Hey. Hey. What do you... What? Yeah. What else are you doing over there?
Who's on your phone?
John.
But Peter Lorre's still alive. Oh, he didn't get killed in jail. He got arrested by the Gestapo, but he's still alive.
Who was on your phone?
I was talking to the Vichy general of the local police department. Uh-oh.
Telephone.
Oh, shit. There's a second phone, sweetheart.
Do you want me to get rid of some of these dead soldiers here?
All those phones I didn't answer, yeah. Hello? And the other phone? Sweetheart?
Hello,
Ingmar?
Rick. This is me.
Eva?
No, if you don't remember my name, then I'll just hang up.
Oh,
I thought
sweetheart?
You remember Paris, right? Remember you said
We'll
we'd
always have Paris,
right,
sweetheart.
But we'll always have Paris. But you forgot my name.
You know how to say my name, don't you, sweetheart?
Yes, your name is Rick. What's my name?
Just put your lips together and blow.
No, that That's a different movie. That's a different movie.
Hold on. Can I just put you on my shoulder? Hold
Yes,
on.
yes. my plane is taking off.
I got a
Okay.
third phone, sweetheart. Hello?
Hey, could I please speak to Lionel?
Panthro. Is this Panthro?
No, this is Chitaro.
What?
Racist motherfucker. Hey, I didn't hang up. Where's my Lionel? Who's that?
I'm
Hello?
I'm gonna put you on hold,
What?
sweetheart.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Hello? Hello?
Snurf, snurf.
Oh, it's Snarf, eh? Let me put you on the phone with Chitara by turning the phone.
Hey, where's Lionel?
Snurf, snurf,
Oh, he's in the kitchen.
snurf.
I'm gonna go get him. Can I get you anything?
I can't remember the name of the movie where he says "Put your lips together and blow" with Lauren Bacall.
Oh, let me ask.
Is that
Lionel.
Key Largo?
No, it's not Key Largo. That was with what's his fucking
Big
name?
Sleep.
No, that's a Big Sleep.
Maltese.
It's not the Maltese.
Dancer in the dark.
Snurf, snurf.
Hey, Lionel, what was the name of the movie where they say "put your lips together and blow"?
Lionel's not on your call, sweetheart.
He's in the kitchen.
Oh.
Never mind.
Hello.
Fuck
No, wait. What, Panthro? I'm just in here making omelets.
I'm Chintara.
Chitara, I didn't recognize your voice.
Do you recognize these?
Oh, Sword of Omens, Lords of Light. Those are incredible. Excuse me, there's the cat phone is ringing.
To have and have not.
Oh,
Click.
oh. I belong to a
Who the
trivia
fuck was
club.
that? Who's that?
That was the trivia club telling me what movie.
Why are you talking to her all the time?
Chitara, you can't be jealous and sleep with Panthro. We
Zip.
talked about this.
I'm gonna show you a couple more zips.
My God, Chitara. Your body is incredible. Oh my God, you're not even a cat person. You're just
It's Mumra. It's Mumra.
Mumra. Ugh. Well, if it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Thunder. 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 Oh, shit, he stopped the thunder process. Oh, no one ever thought to do that. God damn it. Fuck, he stopped me before I could make my sword all the way. God damn it, he put ice in my hand.
Don't you
Mumra.
like it? Don't you like it? Don't you like it? You liked it that one time.
Mumra,
Gross.
why are we on this planet?
I don't know. I'm so tired
Yeah.
of all the time.
Mumra, how come you have to be two people? How come you have to change from a mummy man into
That's a good question. That's a good question. You want to know?
Yeah.
You want to know? Here. Okay, you want to know? Mm-hmm. You want to know? Okay, so there's good energy, and then there's bad energy,
Right.
and then there's in between.
So
All
when
right?
you're a mummy, you're good?
Well, good is defined by what we think is good and what is bad, correct? So
well, I'm
you're-
just a cat.
Well, yes, but you have an opinion of what is good, right?
I believe that the thunder energy is the only good energy in the world
and
universe.
I, in 2018, do not.
What? Mumra.
Right. So I'm good when I'm old mummy guy, right? But when I want to be bad and kick some ass, I turn into Super Mumra.
And that's when I take my sword of omens and pray to the Lord of Light to give me sight beyond sight, and then say thunder several times and assemble the Thundercats.
Why don't you just have the sword always long? That's the real question.
Swords are for fighting, and I believe in peace. That's why My hope is that I'll never have to have sight beyond sight ever again.
How long does it take you to grow the sword long?
Well, let me run through it in my head. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. Ho! About that long.
And then there's the light that goes out into space.
And then all of them
turns
come.
into the bat signal. They
Everyone
come out.
comes-
Everybody runs to there. Okay.
and
that's
the animation is done on the ones
Right.
as they come.
Right. A minute long of animation.
Yes, it's a solid.
And once a week, I turn into Strong Mumra.
right.
Another minute.
Right.
And then there's credits, which is 2 minutes.
Yes.
And then there's end credits, which is another full minute.
Yes.
So that's like 5 minutes we don't have to deal with. The rest is the shitty stuff. To
Right.
Get you to
Well,
buy the
Snarf
fucking-
made some soup the other day
Right.
that Panthro thought was too spicy.
Right. Right. And that's
What
all.
do you mean, Panthro?
Snarf, let's be honest. You're here for the 3-year-olds. I think it's a reach. I
Well,
don't think
we have to eat something.
the families have to eat their children by leaving them in front of the television.
Well, you're getting pretty dark, Lionel.
Snarf makes me uncomfortable.
He's-
As Mumra,
Why?
you know, and I'm a living
Why?
dead. You're a nice guy.
I'm just trying to make
but
soup.
but you talk English,
Yes.
but you walk on all fours.
Well, sometimes
You have like a personal relationship with all these people. Are you ever
Lionel
attracted to?
Lionel, protect me from this emotional abuse.
Snarf, this is a bed you made a long time ago.
You don't wear pants. You can't
drive.
drive a car.
What do you wear, Mummy?
Bandages.
All right.
Because I'm
one person all the time.
You're not- you walk on all
you have to
fours.
go into a second identity
Does
to
he
prove
does he
who
shit
you
in the
are.
bathroom, or does he just like shit in front of you like a dog?
All I can tell you
I'll
is
take a shit right in front of you.
No.
Snarf, stop.
What? What, Lionel? Should I not take a shit?
Don't take a shit.
Put some pants on, stand on your own two
You know,
legs, and learn how to drive.
He's basically Cringer, but he never turns into Battle Cat. That's what his thing is.
well, he says his name a lot too, which is
Snarf.
He's derivative. He should be called Derivative.
What? Wait, Lionel, you're my.
But Snarf.
I thought you were my friend.
No, I'm your host, and you're a parasite.
Oh, fuck you. Well, you know what?
Fuck
you
me.
then.
Fuck you.
Snarf.
Thunder. Thunder.
Snarfy.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
now he can stand.
Oh, God.
Now
Yeah.
he can walk around.
Yeah.
Now
Hello.
he can have a relationship. with,
I'm normalized Snarf.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
we just saved ourselves 6 minutes of animation.
Jesus
a week.
Christ. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
seem like a normal guy.
Yeah, I was happy being
We're all
Snarf.
normal, but
I
we
was
have to go
happy.
through the-
Everybody's fine. Like, but let's stop being bullies. I think if I taught anybody anything as Snarf, it's don't bully anybody. You guys you live in a bully culture.
But if you have to teach us it by being high maintenance and taking up that much real estate, is the lesson even worth it? I mean, maybe it's a self-generated job,
You know,
guarding against bullying.
Look, to be honest, I spent 30 seconds being non-Snarf, like being like self-activated Snarf. I want to go back to being regular flawed Snarf.
More comfortable, is it,
I
to
wanna
complain
go
about
back to
everyone
being
bullying
Snarf.
you?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Snarf, like having a transformation sequence where he's not like this quadruped walking around, probably humping shit.
He just turns into a guy.
He just stands
Just turns
on two
into
legs
Kevin.
and goes, "You need me to pick up these dishes here? I can do it now."
Yeah, but I'm gonna go back to being regular Snarf because I find it more comfortable.
Yeah, that's
Like,
good.
Nobody in He-Man. I mean, forget about the fact that Prince Adam looked exactly like He-Man.
I haven't.
He had a green cat and then He-Man also had a green
But
cat.
Battle
It was
Cat-
just rubbing people's
Battle
faces.
Cat didn't do shit, and Cringer had a personality. Battle Cat just had a helmet on,
Wasn't the. I don't. Sure.
right?
It didn't make him less recognizable.
He-Man.
I got to assume there's a Hardwick
Oh, Peter
podcast
Lorre.
that's covered all of this.
Hey, He-Man.
Peter Lorre is back.
Hey.
It's me,
He-Man,
Rick.
it's me, Peter Lorre. Hey, man. Hey, man, huh? Did you watch that thing on Netflix, the toys that made us in the 80s? They
No,
did this whole like
no.
creation of He-Man and like how like the guy who created He-Man the toy was just talking shit about the cartoon. Like he goes, he's all buff Prince Adam's all buff. He's like all ripped, but he's a wimp. That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
So what came first, the toy or the cartoon?
The toy.
Oh.
The people, I forgot who was it. Was Mattel?
I think.
What?
Oh, was it? Oh.
Well, Hasbro has He-Man now, but I think Mattel had He-Man, but they had a chance to get Star Wars. They went, nah, that movie's not going to go anywhere. And then Kenner got it. And then they went, shit. And then G.I. Joe came around, and they went, fuck. And then they said, well, why don't we create something? Why don't we create a property before the movie? Mm-hmm. And they created He-Man. And He-Man is just like, they looked at G.I. Joe and they looked at like Luke Skywalker and they go, look at these guys. They're not posed. They have
so
blank
small.
expressions. They're really small. Let's make them really buff and give them like expression and like, you know, like make them a bigger toy. And
Yeah.
and then during like the pitch meeting when they were going to like Toys R Us, they said, yeah, well, how are kids going to know about this? And they go, oh, well, they're going to watch the cartoon. And they went, oh, okay, well, then we'll buy a bunch of this stuff. This sounds great. And then they left the room and said, well, what do you mean cartoon? And they go, well, we'll have to make some phone calls.
All right, Schraub,
when we get back.
if you could make like a movie or a TV show and there was an action figure that kids played with, what would that action figure be?
What?
Like
Make up a new one?
If you created a show that is something like an idea that you've already had, because you got lots of great ideas, or a new one, but if you found out when you were an old man on your deathbed and kids all loved their one action figure, what would that action figure be?
Something that's already
No,
pre-existing?
like something that you created.
Well, probably Scud. I mean, like Scud.
Oh, a Scud.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Well, Scud had an action figure, but that was a disaster.
We hit peak toy with Micronauts. My brother had Micronauts, and like they were the best toy
They were really
line
fun.
ever. They were all swallowable pieces.
Yes.
Everything that was the gimmick. Everything was swallowable.
Yeah.
Like
They had little fists that could
Yeah.
come off that were like pill size.
everything was pill size. Everything was removable. Their heads were everything could it was just the size of a baby's epiglottis.
Yeah.
No bigger, no smaller.
Yeah.
What was the guy that talks fast?
Micro
That was
Machines.
Micro Machines.
Micro Machines.
We got. Did you have this Micronauts toy? This is a deep cut. This is deeper than. This is like.
My
before
brother might
Star
have had
Wars.
it.
It was a giant hornet with like purple transparent wings. It was a spaceship.
I
that
think, and then you could
open
hold all your Micronauts in it.
I don't know if I don't know. It was like Wasptron or something like that or whatever. But it had like this. It was all black. Had like a pointed face with like red windows. You could open it up. That was the cockpit. You could put your Micronaut in it, and then had like these laser purple wings that you could make flap or whatever. And it was like the coolest thing ever. And Jeff Schraub got that for Christmas because he always got the cool shit. And I got clothes, the vegetable soup of gifts.
Yeah, but those clothes today.
Look at me.
Yeah. Yeah, Micronauts were because they were just they were tiny, but every fucking joint was articulated.
They were
and-
metal too. They had like their heads were like metal.
Yeah, and
Spencer,
they had
what was your favorite toy growing up? Like what the one toy that you could rely on?
I don't know. When you're talking about Micronauts, it reminded me of Z-Bots, which seem kind of similar. They're like a collectible figure that's pretty small. But, yeah, I don't know. I like Kinects.
For me, it was Legos and Star Wars action figures.
Yeah.
Like the Legos the best. And then
Legos are
you have to go pee in the middle of the night and you step in a Lego and you just die because it hurts. Like
Steven got a fucking AT-AT walker.
What?
And I got a
Clothes.
fucking sweater.
I feel like though that's because
I'm
probably
like, what the fuck is this? I told you the Ken doll story, right? I've told you that.
No, tell us.
Tell it
again.
again.
I
There
would
I
play
was.
Barbies with the girls next door a lot.
and you would win.
I would win when they would leave the room, and I would pull my dick out and rub them all over the Barbies.
Wait. How jokey is that joke?
How jokey?
Yeah,
It's not a joke. It's,
you would rub your dick on the
and
Barbies?
I would kiss them, and
And you rub your dick on them,
Yeah.
on the Barbies.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 21. No. No. I was so in love with Barbies. Like I would just kiss them and rub them on my face and everywhere and take off their clothes, and it was just so fascinating.
Well, you
with
didn't
them.
have sisters either, and
No.
I did. I had a sister, but she was institutionalized. She didn't have Barbies. And so like that. There's
Not
part of that is,
related.
like deprivation. Like if you're not raised around a sister,
Yeah.
you're encountering femininity for the
Yeah.
first time through girls'
Through
toys.
Rainbow Bright.
Right.
Like you go to the girl across the street, or it's like you're getting play dates or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
this girl's got these girl toys, and the girl toys are like they're
They're
girls
doing
with
something
hair
to
and
me.
skirts and like
Yeah.
you're maybe 7 years old, but you're fucking
was-
you're still a little barbarian.
Yeah, I was snarf humping on these toys, and I guess I played with Barbies enough that my parents told my grandma, "Well, what does Stephen, Robbie, what does Jeffrey, Robbie, what does Robbie want for Christmas?" And they told him the Barbie story, and so but don't give him a Barbie. And they gave me because then they don't want a gay son.
Right.
So they gave me a Ken doll. So I open it up. Steven gets like fucking Ewoks and Mumras and shit, and I'm like sitting there and I open it up and I get a Ken doll. And I looked at it, and all this went like flashed through my head. And I was like, oh my God, they think I'm gay. And this is a way to stop it.
And it's totally ineffective. This is making me way gayer.
Yeah. And then I start full on.
They put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
This guy is a beefcake.
Yes. And then I full on snot cry, and I'm going, Grandma, I didn't want this. I didn't want this. Stomping my foot. Way too old to be that like fucking
And part of it is
Cartman level crying.
part of it is it's a disappointing gift, but most of
mostly
it
it's
is
like, oh my
the
God, I'm not.
humiliation.
And it was me screaming to the world. No, you don't understand. I wanted to tell him. No.
I'm straight as an arrow. That's why I love those
Yeah,
Barbie dolls.
I'm too
can't-
straight. I'm
Right.
I'm dangerously straight.
Yes.
I
And-
put my dick on a Barbie.
I like the idea that
And
your
that-
parents
and my
thought.
dad beat the shit out of me. Like
And
that
then
was
it-
the worst thing. Like he beat me to death,
And
then
that is why you're
stuck my
straight.
face in the corner and made me stay there forever because I was like. No, I don't want this. I don't want it.
You
Way
got the
too-
wrong idea.
But,
I was molesting those dolls.
but if you had opened up the Ken doll and go, ooh, hooray, like he would have liked that too.
I don't know.
That's the part that
I
I'm
think they were
fascinated by,
trying to redirect.
is that they were sort of like, I like the nuance with which this Midwestern family is going like, oh, he spends an awful lot of time with
Wait.
those girl toys.
Oh,
Isn't there a masculine aspect to them that we
let-
could use to ring him back into the roller derby?
Oh my God, I was like so upset.
I walked into my son rubbing his dick on a female doll. Let's give him a male
Well, they
doll to
didn't-
rub his dick on.
That's not the. They didn't know he was
well,
rubbing his
They
dick
didn't know
on.
that.
but I mean, I don't
They
know.
thought
that.
he was interested in playing with the female dolls.
Right.
They didn't know he was properly objectifying women at an early
Yeah.
age, and that
Yeah.
there was nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Steve is getting the Death
You
Star,
got the fucking AT-AT with the fucking
fucking everything.
can fly out the bottom of the AT-AT.
But isn't
Yeah.
part of this, Rob? Because I grew up with, I've got an older brother, and like a big tradition in the Midwest in our generation was the Christmas would come, like, and they'd just take the Sears catalog and plop it in front of you, and
Oh,
say,
they stopped doing that after the.
after you discovered the bra section,
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, like they would, or the Toys R Us catalog, like it would be like, oh, Santa wants to know what you want, and then you'd have to like go through the book, and like there's all these kick-ass toys, but
Yeah.
you like point at them and go, I want that. And their parents would go,
No.
well, no, Santa can't afford that, you
No.
fucking idiot.
No.
And then you'd settle on a thing that was like, I assume around $30 in Carter era, like where it's like whatever Optimus Prime was worth. in 1980.
I didn't get that. I didn't get Optimus Prime.
But I'm just saying, like, that process, though, I'm saying I would end
got a
up.
fucking Ken doll, and it was one where you could put like you can give him. You could give him a sideburns or a beard or whatever, and he's got a suit and tie. And maybe you could dress up and comb your hair every once in a while, Robbie. And it's like Steven's like in the 25th century, and Jeff is building stuff out of Apollo Legos, and I just get the clothes and the fucking shit.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I'm like, this is good. I like this.
Yeah, everything bad happening to you is actually good.
Why?
Because Dan says so.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying it's good to see he's alive. He's you know, your fear of being angry, your fear of being just a barbaric, they might be part of it. Like, we want to be good guys. We want to be gentle and evolved and
Smurf is a hard game.
I just was watching a YouTube video of it, and man,
It's
you know what's after that first screen? A second screen with the second fence. It's like the same exact
fence is a
placement
little
of the
higher.
It's not even. And then it's two screens of nothing, and then a screen where you have to jump over a little crabgrass in the exact same spot as those fences.
Do you have the video? Do you have the videos that play the song that you would hear over and over and over again until you went crazy? Scream crying. Scream. I did a lot of scream crying when I was a kid. No wonder.
at least you had a Coleco, you know.
Well, we had
Privilege.
a Coleco Adam.
My family had an Odyssey, because that's how you roll when your dad's a baker.
Fucking bakers.
Oh, I thought someone was beatboxing.
See, hear that? Doop. That's hitting the fence.
Yeah, you hit the fence
You
and
hit
then
the
it
fence,
just all
doop.
stops.
And then
That sounds like a
all
beatbox.
happiness stops, and then you do that 3 times.
What was
and
the
then they
Smurfs?
go-
What was
Ah,
Smurfs?
idiot.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the
That's
theme
the
song.
Smurfs.
Theme-
We are the Smurfs, and we were made with no joy.
The only Smurf for you is one who is true blue. That Smurf is me. My name is Hefty.
Gargamel wanted to eat the Smurfs.
No, he wanted to turn him into gold.
Oh.
Smurfs.
How is he
Smurfs-
going to do that?
By melting them down.
How many apples high was a Smurf?
3.
Okay. All right, let's play some fucking D and motherfucking D.
Which is actually terrifying. Something 3 apples high is terrifying to me.
That's too high. Like
Like
they're
a-
bigger.
yeah.
They don't look that big.
Yeah, how big are them motherfucking mushrooms? Is what they got windows and shit in there and a chimney, motherfucker.
size
Motherfucker,
of
3
a
apples
dog.
high and they go through that door. That means the mushrooms up to my hip.
All right.
At least.
Let's save
I
that
ain't
for,
playing with y'all.
Let's save that for our other podcast called Smurf Grief.
Urban cartoon architect, I love you.
3 apples high. How
All right,
big are
Spencer.
your apples?
Rob, were you here last week? Are
No.
you hip to the jive?
No.
I
Do you
think last
wanna
time we
play,
left, there
Rob?
was a guy
I know
taking
you
a
hate
poop, and we're
games.
pretty sure he's
No,
a
I
guy.
no,
I
I
think
don't.
we're-
I don't.
We're about
I
to waylay a guy that's currently pooping, right?
Right.
I feel like
Because we
every
think
time
that
I
he
play,
might
I do
have-
it wrong.
It's
Nah,
fine.
be-
yeah, you'll probably be okay.
Spencer, break it down.
Last time on Harmon Time, our heroes were in Dornester on the quest for Patchen's gem. After some initial fact-finding, they discovered enough to realize that they should head to the theater and find some clues. There they met a guy named Gretel who was fat and asked him some questions, and he pointed them all into the direction of Shrove, a figure about town. And so, on the pursuit for Shrove, our heroes left and went to the tavern, but not before discussing what they thought was the situation at hand, which I wish I could quote directly, but I cannot. Then they went to the tavern where they met Cool Dennis and learned some information where they met this dude and he had a cloak, and it turned out it was Patchen's cloak from when he got robbed that first time when it set off the quest of Patchen's gem in the first place. And the guy who was wearing that cloak, he said the guy who gave him the cloak was Shrove and he was in the bathroom or something like that. And then the gang set up in the bathroom, making sure to send diarrhea to the window to guard for an escape. Surrounding Shrove in the bathroom, our heroes were about to leap into action to hopefully get to the bottom of the quest for Patchen's gem. But will they?
So I'm standing by the window.
You're outside this tavern,
Right.
because there's a guy in the bathroom of the tavern that's like our perp.
Right. So
Like,
I'm,
he's a guy
I'm
we
playing
want.
I'm playing it cool.
I sent you out to in case there's a window to the bathroom, because
Right.
I don't want this guy leaving.
I'm playing it cool.
You're playing it cool.
I'm playing
You're
it
outside
cool.
the window.
I'm ready to cast Flare to
Right.
dazzle him when he comes out so that you can waylay him, Carlos.
Do I see Jeff?
No, you're
No,
outside.
because you're outside. He's like,
Carlos and I are in, like around the bathroom door. You're outside around the window, right?
It's kind of like the drawing room or wherever. So like the back of the bathroom
So
is
I'm
like
just
way
hanging out.
far away.
I'm just playing it cool.
Yeah, you're just trying to see if anyone.
So I'm playing. Yeah,
climbs
okay.
out.
outside.
Yeah,
the-
you're
outside.
playing it cool.
I'm playing it cool.
I'd say you're playing it
Outside
cool.
the
Yeah.
All
window
right,
of the
so
bathroom.
Carlos, let's make sure we got our shit together. When Shrove comes out of here from pooping, we know that this guy's involved with the waylaying of Patchens. He probably has the gem. I'm ready to cast Flare to dazzle him, or should we figure this out? Like what's the best way to go about this?
we need a plan
Yeah.
post apprehension, because we're not taking him to the Church of Silver Flame.
No, we're taking him down. We're taking him to 21 Fuck You Street.
Well, we're taking him God knows where, but like, yeah, we gotta not cause a civic incident. Like if people see us mugging this guy.
All right, so maybe we just knock him unconscious. I can do shillelagh and cudgel this guy, and knock him out, and then you're stronger than me. You're bigger than me. We can just take him.
Yeah, I just don't know where to take him. But
I think we get him outside. Is it nighttime?
hey, cool, Dennis.
It's getting towards evening. Yeah.
Do you have rooms to rent here?
No, this is just kind of like a tavern. It's not a tavern/inn or whatever. We don't get too many visitors. So
What's your policy on people knocking out people as they come out of a bathroom and dragging them out of the tavern?
I'd say it's directly against both the rules of this tavern and the rules of House Galando, which governs all sorts of places of hospitality in the nation.
Oh shit, that's bad for us.
Is there any way to get a temporary permit if our interest is in not disrupting your house of hospitality? If I could give you some gold pieces just as a reprieve, because our goal is to just make this as painless as possible. Just want to get him out of here and take him somewhere else.
He looks at you with a look, and he says, Sonny, I don't think you know the situation you are in. Do you know who Shrove is, what he is to this town? Do you know who you are to this town?
Well, I'm a stranger.
Right.
Isn't Shrove the master?
Shrove's a good friend.
He's the master of the theater guild, right?
The Gretel told you he was the theater master, I think.
Well, do you know what the church is to this town?
A pain in my rump.
Yeah, well, it can only get bigger. I mean, Shrove's got himself into a real hot mess. I don't want any trouble. I don't want to win a popularity
I
contest
walk
either.
up to Carlos and go, Carlos, with a wink, like, hey, you know what? Let's just leave it. Let's.
Okay, cool. I guess
Yeah,
we won't pay you anything, and we won't do
Yeah,
anything.
message received, but we still go back to the bathroom and fucking gonna get this motherfucker.
And if things get tough, I'll just summon a giant ant in the middle of your bar.
Exactly. Well, shushy pie.
Yeah.
So you guys are just
You want that?
You're
the-
outside.
you guys are just retaking your positions that you were in formerly when it was clear that you
I'm
were
gonna
going
go back
to ambush
outside.
the bathroom after having said you aren't going to do that.
I'm gonna hold my crotch like pee-pee dance and go. Oh, you know what? All this talk about things has made me want to go pee-pee dance. So I'm gonna go stand in line for the restroom.
All right, great. That makes sense.
And I'll tell you what I'm gonna fucking do. I'll be ready with shillelagh so I can cudgel this motherfucker. My quarterstaff becomes a +1 weapon with 2d6 damage.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm fake pee-pee dancing out in front of the men's room.
I'm into it.
Okay.
So we're
Hey, what are we gonna do, man?
in over our heads. We did it again. We're in over our heads.
We're in over our head.
Nothing. You're outside. You can't hear me.
I'm
talking to
I'm
myself.
I'm right next to you.
I'm ready to fucking rock. This guy's got to come out. He's just been pooping. We're gonna fucking get this motherfucker.
I'm outside.
Maybe we should just follow him.
Yeah.
No, we're
I'm gonna go in.
What? Follow him? He's gonna sneak out. We're gonna lose him like we always. We
I
blow
start tapping
everything.
on the window.
We spent the last
You do
45
that.
minutes waiting for this guy to get off the goddamn pot. And I'll
right.
tell you what
Hey!
I'm not gonna do. Oh,
He's knocking on the window.
Hey,
oh shit.
hey, come on.
Well, we're not aware of that.
That's Shrove.
Well, let's. Yeah, you're not aware of it. Okay.
Poop awareness.
Hey.
Shrove. Yeah, no, you're doing that. Yeah, you're doing that. It's alarming.
Hey.
No one's responding though.
All right, we wait.
How long have we been waiting, and how long is this poop?
Let's say you've been waiting about 5 minutes.
Okay,
It's a standard
I'm
poop.
gonna wait this motherfucker out.
It's
My shillelagh is at fucking. Like it's ready to go.
All right.
So I was knocking pretty hard. Did
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Did you add that into the roll?
Yeah, and you're one of the strongest people here, I think.
Yeah. And the wind and that didn't do anything.
Well, it made noise, but he didn't respond.
I think
because
he's dead.
Maybe he was scared.
You think it? Well,
I'm gonna open the window.
Okay.
Okay. I take like my elvish blade, and then I stick like just the tip underneath the crack of the window, and I use it as like a lever. to well, how would you do it?
No, this is right. I'm not laughing at your methodology.
Okay, and then I start prying it. You know, and it'll probably take a couple, because you know when you do like the butter knife thing, it doesn't get under there right away. But I
Right.
get, you know,
You get there.
yeah, I go back and forth a little bit
Yeah.
to get it underneath,
Okay.
and then I. Are you rolling the dice at all?
Well, you're not
Under
done
the
yet.
table.
What are
he's
you
waiting
doing?
to see what you are
What
gonna
am I
do.
doing?
You open the window. Yeah, it opens.
I open the window.
Right.
I open the window.
Yeah.
So no dice.
No.
Okay, open the window. I go, hey.
You can see Shrove. He's standing up, like kind of in a corner, not near the toilet or anything. And he's
Ooh,
just staring
Blair
at you,
Witch.
like he's been seeing you knocking on the window and then slowly working it open.
Right.
So he's just staring at you. He's like an older black guy wearing like kind of glasses, and he's got these big thick long dreads, and he wears like the clothes of a scholar. And yeah, he looks like he's seen crazier shit than this, but at the same time he's like, what?
Uh-huh.
Why would anyone want to see what's in a bathroom? That's kind of the look he's got.
Okay.
All right.
So
You're looking at him. He's looking at you.
Okay, I'm gonna just I stare back at him.
Uh-huh. For how long? Until he does something?
Until he does something.
All right. Well, then after about 20 seconds of this, he starts slowly inching to the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Nah.
And I'm gonna lock eyes with him and follow him, like my sight,
With your eyes.
With my
Yeah.
eyes.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. He slowly makes his way towards the door, and he
And
kind
I'm
of
not
like,
making him do this with my mind, right?
no, you're definitely not making him do this with your mind.
Okay, good. All right.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
It's intimidating.
It's intimidating. Yeah. He gropes for the door knob and he opens it, and
I cast flare to dazzle him.
all right.
I'm gonna dazzle the fuck out of this guy.
Level 0 spell. What's your wisdom score?
What's your wisdom score? My wisdom is. Sorry. Where's wisdom?
It doesn't matter. He didn't roll high enough. Sorry. He gets dazzled. What you said? Flare, right?
I'm 19 wisdom.
Great. That's
16
really
plus
good.
3.
Does that affect just him?
The dazzle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I get dazzled too? I mean, I'm looking inside the bathroom.
Well then, yeah.
So I didn't dazzle him.
No, you dazzled him
How dazzled is he?
completely.
I wanna push then into the bathroom with the dazzled Shrove.
Okay.
Trying to do it. I'm trying not to make it a big deal.
It is. Casting magic's a big deal. Like it's obvious, you know.
Okay,
it's like a
well-
big magical display.
Well, I'm gonna push my way into the bathroom with Shrove.
All right, you do that. You notice, I mean, everything happens so fast, you know, so to speak, or whatever. But you do notice that when these events start unfolding, literally everyone in the tavern like leaps to their feet and starts moving towards you. But you're in the bathroom now.
Right.
Well, Jeff, are you going into the bathroom too?
I'm standing in the bathroom doorway, dazzling.
Right, but then Dan shoved everyone into the bathroom. So
Okay, I stay in the corridor leading in there, and I pull out my shillelagh ready for action.
all right, you can't do that because you got to cast it as a spell first.
Okay, well, should I just go in the bathroom? Is that the right move?
You could do so many things, man.
Wait, so but I can't do shillelagh because I've already got a spell going.
Well, shillelagh is a spell, so you
Yeah.
have to cast that before, and you don't have enough actions currently to cast 2 spells in a turn.
But he could get into the bathroom with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Move
all
action.
go in the bathroom and fucking sort this out. Like Joe.
If it's possible to do that, let's do it.
Is the window big enough for me to crawl inside?
I had an alternative pitch to that.
So
which
I'm
would
halfway-
Be,
I'm
okay, well, I think maybe this shouldn't be our destination. I was thinking maybe we go out
the
window.
Okay.
the window.
So okay.
this guy out the
So Spencer, look at me because this is a visual thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do this.
He's given a boost.
Yeah,
Just for them to come down.
finger
I'm out.
cradle boost.
But first things first. you
I'm
know?
outside the window.
We got this guy right now.
Yeah.
More than we're ever going to have him.
And
I want the
let's
fucking
be honest,
gem.
He's dazzled.
Yeah, exactly.
Dazzled.
So
Hand him towards me.
I say, Shrove, can you hear me?
Yeah, for sure.
We want Patchen's gem, which you may know as just the gem. It's not yours. Where is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here come the pain, Shrove.
I'm still doing this.
You still boost
Shrove,
fingers.
if I take you out of this bathroom without knowing anything about the gem, you're
You're as good as dead.
it's not gonna go well for you.
You're as good as dead.
This is your
Who
last
are
chance.
you people?
We're from the church.
Okay.
You don't need to know who we are.
Nice.
We're from people that are better than you at taking gems and getting away with it. I want to. Can I search him? Is there like a frisk move that's just like? He doesn't have the fucking. He's not gonna have it. But I just want to see what's like in his pockets.
Easy.
What is he?
You move to frisk him, but his hand is like lightning, and he shoots out, and you didn't even see he was holding a dagger, but he slices you.
God damn it! Fuck. Now we're gonna die.
He
we're
slices you for 5 damage.
Ah! Kill him.
Can I cast a spell or can I just do a regular action?
Is there soap in the bathroom? You should wash
Yeah,
that.
there is.
You should wash that out.
Yeah, you could cast something. I think it's Dan's turn first. No, yeah, it is Dan's turn. Well, you've been stabbed now in mid frisk.
Well, I'm gonna reflexively, if someone's stabbing me,
Right.
inflict moderate wounds.
All right. So, do you see your touch attack? It's on the other side. It'll be kind of towards your attacks to the left. Yeah, around there.
Touch attack. Touch 11.
No, it's not that. Okay.
Unless he's flat-footed.
He's not. But you grab him. You grab him, and you're level 3. Wait, cure moderate wounds? How much damage is that?
It's inflict moderate
That's like
wounds.
3, right?
It's,
2 or 3?
Sorry. Hold on. Shit. Had it a second ago.
Do you want me to look?
Touch deals 2d8 plus 1 damage per level.
All right. So 11. All right, you hit him. He necrotic energy oozes through his body as he takes 11 damage.
Sorry, there's a verbal component to my spell.
Well, it's okay.
All right.
How close am I to him?
You're maybe 10 feet, but you're kind of coming through the window, right?
Can I reach out and grab his shoulder?
Are you inside the bathroom at this point?
Well, my arm could be. It's
oh,
a
yeah.
hole.
You can't reach through. You'd have to be in the bathroom to kind of reach him.
My hand is in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So no.
Right.
No, you're not even going to roll.
No, you can't reach him. You can move to him, and then you'd be able to reach him.
Move the window?
Move through the window.
Well, I don't want to do that yet.
That's fine.
Are there any rocks
Yeah, there's some rocks.
outside?
Yeah.
I start throwing rocks through the window at him.
All right. You got a critical fail. So
Critical fail?
Yeah. You wang Jeff in the head with a rock.
But I didn't mean to wang
Fucker.
you.
You hit him for 5.
I hit him.
I take 5 damage
Yeah.
because he threw rocks
He was,
through the window.
he was
Well,
throwing
what are you
rocks.
standing in? How big is this bathroom?
It's not big.
Well, why did you? You should have
You
stayed.
whipping
out.
rocks at the window. You
I'm
hurt him as
trying-
much as the guy that stabbed me hurt
I'm
me.
trying to help.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help.
Can I do
You were the one that said stay outside.
Is there
Yes.
anything natural inside that I can use in Tangle?
Not close enough. It's too far away.
Okay.
It can't
Well,
reach
then,
into the bathroom.
Shillelagh.
All right.
I turn my quarterstaff into a shillelagh and just fucking whack him right in the head.
All right. You hit him for 7 damage in the head.
This guy's got to die soon, right?
Not that soon.
Is he okay? Like, what's his status?
He's doing fine considering he took 2. I'm not going to say strong attacks, but pretty solid
Yeah, so but
connections.
he's dazzled and dazed
right.
and confused.
I'm going to throw just one more rock, but I'm going to aim at his legs.
Yeah, make it harder.
I get out of the way because I have been hurt before.
All right. Well, first it's everyone else's turn. So Shrove, he kind of ducks down into a ball like a crouch, and then dark energy emanates out from him, and
This is
it
gonna
covers
work.
the bathroom in darkness.
Oh, that's just
Cheating.
that's just what normally happens in a bathroom.
Luckily, the window's open.
Well, the darkness is spilling out of the window.
It's darkness is spilling out of the
Yeah,
window.
you can
that
kind of
hasn't happened
dodge
since
it.
the Super Bowl.
Hey, is it day out
It's getting dark.
because of the window?
No.
So,
Just
so
'cause
he,
of the
he's
time.
cast darkness inside the bathroom.
Yeah, so you guys can't see
And
so
the
hot.
darkness is leaking out of the window.
Yeah, as if it were like a very bright room with light leaking out, but
All
dark.
right.
Wait, hold on.
I
The-
see the dark. Oh, sorry. Whose
The
turn?
door gets smashed in,
Oh,
but
it's
you
just-
can't really see because it's dark. So a blind of a flash of light behind you kind of opens up, and you see a crush of people pressing in, but no one can really see so well. So just there's, it's like a cartoon scuffle right now.
There's someone in here.
Yeah.
Taken.
Occupied.
There's fists ablazing. They're hitting you. They're hitting everyone.
Except
Who are they
me.
hitting?
I'm outside. I'm protected by the outside.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, you keep throwing rocks at me.
Just once. Just once. These are how many
All right,
rocks?
only 2 connect. One hits Jeff and one hits Dan.
Ooh, I'm safe.
Who's Jeff?
You.
XP.
XP.
I get XP.
Double.
I'm picturing this bathroom like the size of an airplane bathroom. Like, it's just
I'm picturing like the size of like the Russ Against Men's.
Yeah.
I want to get this guy out the window.
Yeah.
All right,
I reach my hand in.
you do that.
Yeah, and I say, throw him to me. Throw him.
You guys can't really see so
How
good.
many hits do I take?
You took 8 damage and Dan took 4 damage.
So I have 8 plus 5.
So how does this dark work?
It
Okay, how
makes
does this
it
work?
Hard to see.
It's
Think
hard-
about the opposite of light,
Well,
like negative light.
yeah, but it's like day outside, right?
It's kind of getting
So
dark.
if I
It's
light a
dusk.
match in this dark, it does nothing.
You don't. No, you've never tried that.
I tried that.
You try it.
Yeah.
It does nothing. It's too dark.
It's magic.
gotta
What
try
aren't
these
you-
things.
They didn't teach magic at art school. Jesus.
No.
Okay.
I
So
throw cards in there.
I think it's Dan's turn now.
Okay, well, I'm
I was
grabbing where
kidding.
I think Shrove is, and I want to shove him toward the window. Because I'm like, we got to get this guy out of here. And I'm kind of hoping and shoving him that I'm like, I kind of want to be like a badass, but I know I'm not. Like I want to like hit it. Not only am I not avoiding hitting his head, like I kind of hope I do. Like I want to Steven Seagal him. Mm-hmm. I know I can't, but I want to.
So you're grabbing him and you're doing what? You're pushing them somewhere?
Grabbing him and shoving him toward the window with
Right.
the intent of getting him close enough to the window that Diarrhea Jr. out there can start grabbing him. And like my long-term goal is get him out, like get him incapacitated and shoved out the window.
Okay. Yeah. You grab someone that you feel like might be him and you start ushering towards the window, and as you do that you take some more punches.
Great.
Only 2 of them hit.
So fun.
I don't like the sound of
Somebody.
You take 5 damage off of that.
damn it.
You get to the window though. So that's what? 14 for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm close to death in a sense.
In a sense.
I have like 8 left.
That's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. All right, you think he's to the window. Yeah. Or you know you're to that window, unless you got turned around somehow.
Grab him. Diarrhea.
I grab him,
All right, you grab him.
and I can't see anything because I'm looking into the darkness.
Right, yeah. So
But behind me is daylight.
dusk.
He's so offended
It's not
because
just
he spent
daylight,
4
it's
years
kinda
learning
getting
how
dark.
light works at the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design. He's so mad at the idea of dark being able to.
Went to
It's not my
for
idea.
4 years, 80 years ago.
I know, but
Yeah,
that's.
the only
But you're like,
disc.
let me get this straight. Like, yeah, it's magic.
Okay. All right. So I start yanking on whoever I'm holding on
You do that.
to, and I'm pulling and yanking and pulling.
Yeah, you do that. You get him about halfway out. You don't get him full way out because you had bad footing or something, like your back hurt, something like that. But you get him halfway out.
And I'm aware enough to be shouting the whole time. I don't know if this is him. Who is it? Who is it? Because I don't want to.
That's
Is it
probably
my
a good
turn?
call. Yeah, it's your turn.
I use my spell of light, and I cast it on the ceiling, so the object, the ceiling could shine like a torch, right?
Oh, just light, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
It's-
I cast light on the ceiling of the bathroom.
You cast it and you see the faintest of light pulses, but it's almost immediately wiped out. It's not strong enough to pierce the magical darkness.
Oh, fuck me! God damn it! That's it. That's all.
You can
So
move.
I just like threw a poof and nothing.
Well, at least in a meta sense, we now know you're not being shoved out a window.
Yeah, that's true. So did we catch anything in that moment, Spencer? What did I?
You saw like a strobe light flash of just a vicious melee. It seems like most of the tavern people are just punching each other, but they're kind of punching in all
Wait,
directions.
So now the bathroom is just filled with people punching.
Oh yeah, it's a madhouse. You can't take 2 steps without catching a punch.
It's got the window.
So that's my turn.
No, you can move.
I jump out the fucking window.
All right. You also get punched a couple times.
Yo, you get punched.
I start grabbing and yanking him.
Okay.
How much D do I T?
You they don't hurt that bad. You take some like their wrist isn't straight or something, like it doesn't connect.
Sounds like that was our title. How much G do I T?
Their wrist isn't straight.
I don't know. I think you're actually supposed to keep it bent or something. Now that I
that
said
was
that.
remember when you found out when you were a kid you're not supposed to keep your thumb tucked in your hand
Oh,
when you
yeah.
punch somebody? So you break your thumb.
God forbid I punch someone so hard I hurt myself. Like
Yeah.
No.
What a
that's how you that's how you T D.
that is how you TD. I think I punched someone once. That's not true.
I punched a lot of people.
Damn.
They were little kids too. What do you think about that?
That's badass.
And this was last
I punched
week.
a lot of fucking little kids.
All right, so is,
I was
is
a
it
little
our
kid.
turn or is
I'm
it
up
the NPC bad guys' turns?
but It's Dan's turn. Dan, you are kind of sandwiched between who you think is Shrove and Rob Schraub, and
Yeah.
Jeff is kind of in the mix there too.
We gotta get out. We gotta get Shrove out this window.
Right.
Out of this melee.
Yeah, my goal continue. Like my long-term goal is, if that dude was Shrove, which I'm not questioning, I'm just like I grabbed that person, shoving them like a package out the window, and my hope is to go out after them, because I ain't going out through the bathroom door.
Yeah. So you do that. You push the guy through, and the window is now clear for access if you want to squeeze through.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
doing.
You do that.
Easy access.
You take one more punch on the butt, and you take 6 damage.
Ow! That brings me
6.
close to death.
6 butt damage.
Someone punched me in the ass and might have killed me.
I start laughing and pointing.
I have some heal spells and some good berries. I can,
the most lethal butt punch. The punch in the butt caused more damage than when the guy stabbed me. And when my friend threw a rock through the window and into my friend's
I'm
head.
laughing, but I'm saying it's not funny. I know it's not funny. I'm sorry. It's not funny.
Yeah, you're
you're
one of
right.
those
It's not
guys,
funny. You're not. I hope you don't die from getting punched in the butt.
Oh, my ass!
Hey, you got punched where the sun don't shine because it's dark in that bathroom because he did a spell.
I'm hanging out the window, like crying blood because someone.
I know it's terrible. I'm really sorry. I take him by the hand and
My balls are
helping
black.
him-
I'm like one of those kids from that
I
horrible
know. I'm not
orphanage.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation. It's not your fault.
God damn.
so,
We're doing this for
Spencer,
the church.
Spencer, am I outside?
No, it's your turn, and you can be outside on your turn.
I try to jump outside.
All right, you do that.
This window is like a Lily Tomlin.
Can he see? Can he see outside?
Now
you
that
see
you're
outside?
now that you're clear of the window and it's not blasting out darkness.
Do we have Shrove or do we not?
You do. It's him.
Yeah, we got Shrove.
Hell
All right,
yeah.
So we got Shrove. We're all outside now.
We should rough him
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, no, we should beat the piss out
We
of him.
should rough him up a bit and go, hey, you think that's funny? You fucking making it dark in the bathroom?
Yeah, we need to.
My friend got punched in the butt.
Wait, is it my turn?
He
You
got
have
punched-
an action, but you can't move.
I can't. So I can't do a spell.
No, you could do a spell.
I summon nature's ally and throw a bear into the bathroom. So they have to deal with that shit.
All right.
Nicely done.
You do
Very
that, yeah.
good.
That goes great.
I summon a bear.
Fantastic.
And it's still dark in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, after he does that, I know it's not my turn. I'm going to close the window.
So we got a full-on bear in the fucking bathroom, and then we're gonna bone out with Shrove.
And I'm covering Shrove like with my body. I'm just because I just don't want him to get away.
Right. Okay. So did I successfully cast a bear into
Oh,
the bathroom?
yeah. It's tearing shit up.
All right, get this fucking guy out of here.
And
Let's
the
get him out of here.
the toilet keeps
These
flushing.
guys are going to be busy for a while with that bear.
And the flushing of the toilet.
Let's get Shrove.
This guy's a friend of the town. We gotta go
I
somewhere.
know.
Yeah.
Let's take him.
But we gotta
out
rough
this-
him up a bit. You know, I grab him by the arm and I start shaking him and I go, "What the fuck?
We gotta
was
get him
that?
out of here. We're in the
What the
street."
fuck is? We gotta get him out of here. We gotta get you out of here."
I
shake
look
him by
around,
the arm and
I look
say,
around to see if there's a place that we can hide
We
ourselves.
gotta hide you somewhere. We gotta get you out of here. What are you doing
Hey
back
guys,
there?
how long do you think a bear's going to last with X amount of people in a bathroom?
10 rounds.
How much? How many rounds?
Oh, we're
10
cool.
rounds,
We're
they'll
cool.
never
Yeah,
forget.
we got 10 rounds. We're fine. We can fucking.
They're gonna be giving bumper stickers for finishing the night in that place. We could get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're behind the market. You're kind of between the back row of the market buildings and then the outer wall of the town. So it's kind of a natural alley, but it's also like it's in an area that's heavily populated. So unless like you get somewhere out of line of sight or something,
What am I wearing? Any kind of robe?
Is he wearing colorful clothes like me or no?
Yeah, you're wearing colorful clothes
Like a robe.
God, it's a brilliant. Yeah.
No,
give
they're
me your
like
robe.
it's like a clown costume.
Okay.
Get. Yeah, just get him. Put his jacket over Shrove's head.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. In fact, also, I got the robe. I got the Shrove robe. I bought the Shrove robe from the homeless guy.
Right, yeah.
I could just take that, wrap his head in that.
Shrove rope.
The bloody Shrove robe.
Whatever you want, yeah.
Right. Wrap his head like paparazzi avoidance style.
I start shouting, "Everybody out of the way!
Just-
Ugliest man in the
not to-
world! You don't want
Don't-
to see this. He's
don't-
so ugly.
Don't.
Everybody."
Just we have a chance of not.
I pat Shrove down to see what's on him.
He's got a dagger.
A dagger. I take the dagger.
Take the dagger.
He stabs at you.
What? I took the dagger.
No, you're reaching for it.
Oh,
Yeah, he stabs you.
fucking hell.
I shake his other arm and I go,
how-
"What are you doing?
How many D's do I tease?
5
Stabbing
damage.
people."
Five more D's?
5 more damage.
Fucking hell.
I shake him. Why are you stabbing you people?
You pull it out of his hand after that though.
Because
he
of
can't
the arm
see.
shaking.
Well,
All right,
teamwork.
come on,
yeah.
we need to incapacitate this guy.
Why don't you punch him in the butt? Almost kill him.
He goes, "What are you guys? What is this? You're not taking me alive.
Hey,
I'm gonna kill you."
Hey,
Glad to hear
Dagger.
you say
Hey,
it.
Dagger guy, long pooper. Do you have Patchen's gem?
I don't know what you were talking about. Who is
We're
Patchen?
trying to find Patchen's gem.
That sounds like. Is that a famous person?
The gem, you prick! You fucking waylaid us on the highway coming from Little Knock. Where the fuck? My character would remember this stuff. Don't fucking lie to us.
Yeah, don't waylay us.
I've been here for months. I'm like the town doctor. I don't leave. Like I have a lot of chronic patients and stuff. I'm not just going around hanging out.
Where'd you get this robe, you piece of shit?
I found it at the theater.
You work at the theater.
Right, yeah. And so I was like, well, this bloody robe seems too dirty to be with the other costumery. I'm going to get rid of this. And there was a naked man. And hey, that works out great.
What?
You're a fucking idiot liar.
Okay.
I take his dagger. Do I have his dagger?
Yeah.
I stab him back.
You stab him.
Well, hey, huh? Shoes on the other foot.
Yeah, okay.
He takes 5 damage.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I still have the dagger. And I go, hey, I'll keep stabbing until you tell us where that gem is at.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I stab him again.
You start gabbing, or we keep stabbing.
All right, you deal 5 damage.
Does anybody see us?
Well, he is screaming out in pain, and you haven't really made distance between you and the back of the tavern.
What's
as
this
far
guy?
as
We
I-
should really
Yes or
take
no?
him somewhere.
Yeah, he's wounded.
You see a group of people rounding the corner on one side.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
Nothing here to see.
Church of the Silver Flame.
Church is a silver flame.
Fuck you.
You don't want to be
Fuck-
next.
Fuck
Yes.
all y'all.
You want
This
to be
guy-
next? Keep
Fucking
looking.
stab.
This guy, you don't
Stab
know
you.
him.
Well,
He's got a
fucking
robe over his
The
face.
Church of Silver Flame don't give a shit.
We don't give a shit. There's a robe over his face. He's really ugly. You don't want to see this person. Just round a different. Keep rounding
Just
corners.
go find something
Keep
more
rounding
profitable to
corners
look
until
at,
you
because
are
this
Unless
out.
you
won't
want to
help
get
you.
stabbed
You
by
don't
a
want to
church.
see this.
You forget a million things a day. Make this one of them.
I hear there's an interesting dark bathroom with some animal life.
Can I cast a spell?
Sure, yeah.
I produce flame
Okay.
and I just hold a flame in my hands.
Yeah.
Can I cast a flame in both hands, or I just hold a flame in both hands? Like just hold flames?
Yeah, I think the produce flame lets you have a couple flames. Or
So I
something.
just stand there and go like, I just hold flames in both hands. I go, who wants to get burnt?
How do you
What?
How do you like your ribs?
What?
How do you like your ribs?
How do you like it?
How do you like your ribs?
Yeah.
I look over at Carlos and go, how do you like your ribs?
Yeah.
And they,
No, you ask him.
I asked,
Well, the
I asked
flame.
the crowd, how do you like your ribs?
No, you don't. Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I have 2 flames. I look at the crowd of people around the corner and go, how do you like your ribs?
No, not them. They don't. We don't want.
too
We don't
late.
care
I've
how
already-
they like their ribs.
I've already done it.
No, you say to the back. It's like saying, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" Or you're saying to the person that you're going to burn, "How do you like your
Right,
ribs?"
but there's a whole group of people coming around the corner now.
Yeah. Why
Yeah,
would
we
you-
don't want them. We don't want to give them ribs.
But Okay, so
We want him to go
why did
away.
you whisper that to me? I
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I still take that advice and look at a crowd because it's the most confusing thing in the world. I'm now a gnome holding 2 fireballs in my hand, and I look at this crowd of people. I go, "How do you like your ribs?" Cliffhanger. Fucking did it. But that's not the one. Fucking did it. Rob Schraub, everybody. Let's give it up for Church, Nolan, Sarah, Chris, Zach, everybody here at the wonderful Starbirds Industries Castle. Spencer Critton, Danny for Game Master. I'm Jeff Davis, your comptroller. Dan Harmon is your mayor. Drive fast, take chances. We got a guy off the toilet, and now...
Did you get any of that?
It's a good show.
Yo. Little prancing ponies, little prancing gentlemen, little prancing ponies, bring 'em to the stable when they're rode hard, left dry, going in the field, eat those lollipop rainbows, little prancing ponies. MC Prancing Pony, here to tell you I'm a brony. Gonna eat the cinnamon wheat. Gonna ride with my pony feet up a rainbow ramp. Go to Rainbow Town. Meet another prancing pony and frown. And he'll say, "What's up?" I'll say, "Give me a rainbow cup. Give me a cup with rainbows in it. Fuck your mama so hard, I didn't win it."